Let's get it started. I'm Robert Sawyer.
And I'm Mrs. Sawyer.
And together we are the only black kids in the class. Back with another episode. And we're going to keep it real cutesy.
Cutesy?
When I think of cutesy, I think of you.
Oh, that's sweet, babe.
You're lucky you're cute, actually. A lot of times I'm about to give you a piece of my mind, but then I look at you. I say, you're really cute. You're lucky. You're lucky. Pretty privilege is real.
Oh, I'll take it.
How's your day been?
It was good. I had a really good day.
Word.
Yeah.
Play any pickleball?
No, I did not.
Missing out.
I did not. I know you've been in the pickleball universe here.
Whoa. Certain things that cannot be talked about. Now that I'm part of a new elite.
Okay. You play
family.
Pickleball is all I was going to say.
Yes, we could say that.
You play pickleball. You play a lot of pickleball.
But now that I'm moving up in the world, all right, this thing of ours, oldest thing of ours.
Oh, boy.
See, I won't even say anything else. I'm not going to jeopardize my chances.
Listen to you.
Let's just say I'm moving up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, sometimes I just need more energy. That's when I have a good... No, we're not giving any names.
No.
No sponsorships on this show. Maybe one day, but not today.
And you're not even one of those that drinks it like that.
I will be.
You will be?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm definitely going to sell out.
You're going to sell out?
For sure.
Okay.
You're going to keep it real?
Yeah.
You can keep it real. I'm going to keep it profitable.
Oh, well, I think I can keep it real and profitable.
It can't be done.
Yes, it can.
Name someone.
Of course it can.
Name someone who has.
Denzel.
You right.
Okay.
You right.
Okay.
I'm going to sell out, though.
I'm already sharing you with everybody else. That's enough.
Whoa, that sounds wild.
That's it.
You made it sound like I'm community dick. Whoa.
I'm just saying.
You literally just said your husband is for everybody.
No, I didn't. I'm saying I'm sharing moments with you.
Whoa.
That's enough. I'm not selling out. If I don't like it, I ain't doing it. And I don't care about that kind of stuff. Like sponsorship and all that stuff. If I don't like it, I'm not doing it. I'm not saying anybody about it. I'm not doing it.
I'm glad you said that.
Oh,
because
okay.
we did actually get an email for a sponsorship opportunity.
Okay.
They said they've been watching the show. They're looking at the numbers, the metrics, all that. And they love the engagement. They've seen peaks in their own marketing because we mentioned them. Starry wants to know.
Never. Nope. Mm-mm.
Starry wants to know.
Nope.
It's a Starry Mrs. Sawyer collaboration.
No. That's a capital N.
There's no amount of money they could pay you.
No, that thing is nasty.
There's no amount of money they can pay you.
Nope.
Mm-mm. So if Starry said, look, here's $901 million tax-free.
They don't have that kind of budget.
I didn't say where they got it from.
They don't have that
$901 million tax-free.
Then I know on top of it tastes nasty. That's a scam.
No, it's all legit.
No, it's not.
Lawyers, accountants, all that. It is legit.
No.
$901 million tax-free.
No.
You're going to say no?
No. Not unless I can change the recipe.
They'll work with you on that. They want to give you equity in Starry.
That's different then. I'll make it palatable. Yeah, that's different. That changes the whole game.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
If Starry's paying attention, you're probably public enemy number one.
That's fine.
Me by association. I don't even drink this shit. Like, I don't even know what it really tastes like. I know I had it. I don't remember it.
It wasn't good.
Oh, well. Maybe Sprite or 7-Up will come scoop me up since I go so hard against the competition.
You're not really a 7-Up fan either.
Whoa. Let's see. You're decimating all opportunities. Who else do we have?
You aren't. I like a good cherry 7-Up, and I like 7-Up pound cake. Oh, that's a good pound cake.
Okay, so 7-Up's in the running.
7-Up has its place.
7-Up, the ball's in your court. 7-Up has its
place.
The clock is ticking.
But, Sprite is my go-to.
Yeah.
Fountain Sprite, specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd sell out.
I don't think so either. I think you're talking smack.
Talking smack?
Yeah, like I don't think either one of us would do that.
For some money?
No.
For some paper? For some Skrilla?
No.
Would any of us sell out? What's selling out?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna endorse or say to go do something or pretend like I like something if I don't. That's not gonna happen.
I think selling out is just doing something that's against what you actually value, your actual morals. Now, if I'm indifferent, like,
but I'm gonna say I'm indifferent.
Well, no. If Cherry Coke and Cherry Pepsi both come to me, I actually like them both. I don't really think I have a preferred one.
I do. You have a preferred one.
Well, don't say it. I don't think I have a preferred one.
You do.
So if they both come to me, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I actually like you both, so I can't do it.
You have a preferred one.
Oh well, I don't know what it is.
For sure.
So, and then I'll drink cherry whatever and be like, this is the best cherry soda ever.
Yeah.
Is that selling out?
No, because you'll be like, this is the best cherry soda that I've had all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know. Sometimes I do think about that. Like people always, especially in today's world where people are doing reviews and things, like they say, no, this is an independent review, but like they sent you the free product. Like, I don't know. You could still be an independent. I know.
I follow certain people on social media where they have said they didn't like a product. Mm-hmm. And so I respect that.
I'm talking like people actually pay attention to us, but no, I mean in general. I guess it's about like values. I guess people sell themselves out all the time for way less than Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah, for sure. Like some people do it just for the free product, not even to make any kind of gain.
Some people just do it for the validation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's what I'm telling you. I can't keep up with that though. You see, that's the part for me.
Because it's like
my brain can't keep up what I said. It's gonna be like how I truly am. Because
so don't lie.
I can't remember it.
Yeah, because then later on you won't be you.
Yeah.
And then when you revert back to being you, there's only so long you can keep that face.
That's why I can't be a politician.
I think you could be a wonderful politician.
Me? Oh no, I can't.
The way you twist the story. And like rewrite history right in front of my face.
That's not twisting the story.
Guys, I could be like, how many fingers am I holding up? And she's going to show me how I'm actually holding up 3 fingers right now. Because you know what happened? And like,
well,
Here we go. So you could definitely be a politician. No, let's not. I would be a terrible politician. Because when I don't care, it's just like, I think
neither one of us are politician material.
I would vote for you.
Oh, babe, I'd vote for you.
Well, it depends. It depends on the office. It depends on the office.
The power.
It really depends on the office. There's certain offices that'll be like, nah, y'all don't. It'd be like the worst thing. Like I'll be like campaigning, vote for Mrs. Sawyer. When I get in that booth, be like, hell no, never, never.
So you would sell out.
Is that selling out?
That's selling out.
Is that?
You telling everybody to vote and then you're not gonna vote? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna vote.
No, you're not gonna vote for me. You telling everybody to vote for me.
It depends on the office. It depends on the office. But then to me, that's not selling out because my value is I would keep the unified front with you public facing, but at our house behind our doors,
I can't believe
I'm gonna very much tell you, I don't really think I'm never gonna be like, in public, I'm never gonna be like, why did you say that? I'm not gonna do all that.
Yeah, but you could just be quiet. You don't have to publicly say, oh, go vote and then don't vote.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, not making a statement would be a bigger statement.
No, I could.
Really?
I can already spin that.
Really?
We keep that part private.
We keep that part private. We're doing a public podcast. You're publicly running for office.
About stories, man. We don't discuss politics or that whatever office we're running for. You see? I don't see that happening.
I know you're not running for office.
No, I'm not.
I'm not running for office either.
No. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think you could.
I couldn't. I don't have it. I don't have it. I'd be a terrible actor. I went to school for journalism at one point. And in my, I'm doing print journalism. We had to do one broadcast journalism class. And like, they took us down to the studio at the school one day. and everyone has to read like this is Robert Sawyer and all that stuff. And these people, they're doing their best fake voice and all that shit. And when it was my turn, I did terribly.
Really?
Because I know there are cameras and why are we talking like this? This is just not how I really talk. So Mrs. Sawyer, it is quite yeah. What the fuck are we doing?
I was on the morning announcements every morning in elementary school.
See, you've been a star since young.
I know. I'm not gonna say it was Good Morning and your school name.
I don't even know the school name.
Yeah. Wow. It was me.
Every day?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh wow.
I did.
Wow. You've had some, so you're media trained.
Look at that.
Oh, who knew? Who knew?
Yeah, I did the birthdays.
I ran for class president in 9th grade.
You did?
Yeah, you were. Yes.
I didn't vote for you. I didn't even know you right.
See now you understand why I'm not voting for your ass. You see, you didn't vote for me. I'm not voting for you.
No, you did.
I did.
Oh no, I never. Mm-mm.
I guess we did it in 8th grade.
Yeah, my counselor asked me to run in high school. I was like, I'm not doing that.
No, I ain't doing high school. And I didn't know what I was doing. I just the teacher said something. I was like, I'll do it. And I did it.
Yeah.
I lost.
Yeah, that's okay. It all worked out. You got the prize at the end anyhow.
Yo, you want to know the truth?
What?
The person who beat me?
Yeah.
Which brings me to the topic of today's show, petty revenge. Ooh. Oh my God. The person who beat me?
I like petty. That's so funny.
People peak in high school.
Oh,
imagine peaking in middle school.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
Maybe I'm talking shit. And you know what? I'm not going to talk shit because today we're going to keep it very demure and very mindful. Do you know about that?
No, I don't.
It is a TikTok thing.
You're supposed to tell me about it.
I'm telling you now. I'm telling everyone. It's a TikTok thing, but it's kind of turned sad. So there was a creator by the name of Jules. They did a video, and she's saying, there's a lot of things, but the thing that really stuck out is, see how I do my hair? See how I wear this? Very demure, very mindful. And it's good. It is just a catchy thing. Just the way it was done. I can see why it went so far. And let's say it happened 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure how long ago. Didn't you know? She said that her whole life has changed. She's been able to do this, that. She's hoping that she can do more for her family, pay for her transition, all this kind of stuff. And today, I don't know how real it is because it's not always honest on TikTok. But I saw several videos where someone has trademarked it so that she can't really use it.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's just... It's not very demure or very mindful.
Oh,
which is crazy. And
but you know what? How can it? Well, I'm not an attorney or anything.
Thank you for saying that.
When we were doing some stuff in a previous business venture, and we were going to do some trademarking things. There's a lot of things she might be able to swing back with that one.
I hope she's getting some legal representation.
I hope she gets some legal representation. Something about when someone did something or founded it, or if there's public knowledge of use and something.
Oh, there's tons of public knowledge.
That's what I'm saying. So
it's been on talk shows. It's been on news.
She might be able to do something from that.
I was walking out of a pickleball game and I held the door for someone, and someone said, "Oh, thanks for holding the door. That's very mindful of you." And I was like, "Oh."
Also, it's kind of hard to trademark the whole thing. Those are just vocabulary words. Yeah. Regular,
Hey, I don't know the laws. I'm not gonna pretend. You always read about things.
Yeah.
People start. I don't know, but yeah, it's very, very interesting how it's kind of that. So I don't know what that is, where it's going, but it's very not awesome.
Huh. Well,
oh shit! You know what that means? You got to do
what? What do I have to do?
We got to trademark your phrase.
Oh, which one?
You only got one phrase.
I got it.
Which is a real thing. I have never heard you say this shit before we did the podcast. But here's how we're going to trademark it. Don't worry about all that legal shit. I got you. If any of y'all try to trademark bag human, I'm going to whoop your ass. We're good. Don't worry. They're not going to play with us. I mean, they might still do it and do stuff, but then they're also gonna catch these hands. We're straight. We're straight.
Whatever.
I'm good. I'm good in the streets. Don't worry.
Whatever.
You know what? I've never got an email asking
What?
for you to sing.
Oh, no.
Don't ever do that.
I'll do that anytime I want to do it.
Please don't.
No.
Nobody wants that.
Whatever.
Oh boy. I was going to jump into a story, but then I literally just remembered we've got some Ask the Black Kids.
Oh, let's do.
We have several, so we need to kind of catch up.
Yes, let's catch up.
Here's one. Microaggressions.
Ooh.
You speak so well. Your hair is so curly. You're Dominican, right?
No.
That's the end of the microaggressions of this person. I guess they were sending me the microaggressions that they experienced.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, well, I get that one.
Ooh. They tell you speak so well? I've always been told I speak so well.
I actually don't speak that well.
Yeah.
I talk very fast.
Yeah. You speak very good.
Not even.
You don't get it?
Yeah, I know.
I
know, but that's grammar.
Layered.
Grammar lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Grammar. Guys,
grammar lost.
My father was a grammatician. I don't even know the right word. Right? My father was like, I'm gonna tell you like the worst thing that ever happened. I remember one time I was like pouring my heart out to my parents, and like whatever I said, they're like they just corrected me. Like forget my heartfelt whatever.
The content.
Yeah, it was just like some grammar issue. It's like,
yeah.
Hence my villain origin story. But I've always gotten, you speak so well.
I speak very fast. I speak terribly fast.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget what I'm saying by the time I get there.
Hey, I know. I never even know what you're saying.
Because I speak so fast, my brain's going faster.
Yeah. Yeah. I try. I just don't listen.
This I already know.
I listen to everything you say.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You just admitted it.
Stop it.
Yep.
Everyone knows I was joking.
There's always some truth in jest.
What'd you say?
There's always some truth in jest.
Let's see.
Well, but are we supposed to say something about that person?
I mean, they didn't say anything. What are we supposed to say?
Yeah. Depends on where they are. If they're somewhere in Florida, just go with it.
Do not just go with it.
Just go with it.
No, never let someone write your narrative. Never let someone derail
No, I agree
your
about
narrative.
that. But like, that's like if you know them, then you correct them. But other people, like whatever. Like I just don't do it anymore.
I'm a big let's not even get into it person.
Right.
But at the same time, it's who you are.
If it's somebody you're gonna see day to day, you work with, your family friend, or all that good stuff, then yeah, you correct them. I'm not saying that.
I disagree.
But I'm
with
just
you.
saying, like any like stranger in the store and stuff like that,
I
it's
disagree
not even
with
worth
you.
the time.
I disagree with you.
No, it's up to you.
Never let someone
It
control your
depends
narrative.
if you want to be petty, if you want to push the extra.
The show today is mostly going petty.
Sometimes you just want to, like whatever.
You know what's interesting? People are writing us now, and please continue to write us at Ask the Black Kids.
Well, read them. Read them.
Don't be rude.
They're not going to be.
Please continue to write us at asktheblackkids@gmail.com. Dating Doldrums. What up? I've been going to therapy for about 5 years now, following a tough breakup. My therapist is a kind gay white man, but I'm black straight male. He has helped me deal with my people-pleasing and abandonment issues, as well as managing my emotions. However, I'm not seeing any progress in my dating life. I'm interested in dating black women and Puerto Rican women, and I feel like the advice he gives doesn't quite fit my dating experiences and desires. I've had a lot of trauma from my mother leaving our family when I was younger, and I want to continue healing from that and find a healthy, respectful relationship with someone I care about. I don't think my therapist fully understands the dynamics involved in black straight relationships. He has even suggested that I consider dating a white woman, which I don't think is the right advice for me. In fairness, he has said that I date too many women at once and date emotionally unable. Oh, he said unable. And date emotionally unavailable women. He also wants me to limit myself to dating someone locally rather than expand my options outside of the area. I'm feeling frustrated, lonely, and disillusioned. Should I find another therapist and get a fresh perspective? Look for a black woman therapist? Find a dating coach? I know everyone complains about how dating is nowadays, but it has been rough. I am also working towards getting into better shape, making more money, and finding a deeper purpose in life. I'm open to any suggestions. Your advice would be very helpful. I have become a major fan of the show. Please keep it up and stay blessed. Your marriage dynamic brings me joy. Thanks for your help. P.S. Could I hire you as a dating coach? A brother could use an alley-oop or something.
Aw. You want me to respond?
Everybody wants you to respond. Okay? I set it up.
Oh, okay.
Over to you.
Well, thanks for tuning in and being a fan, a classmate. We appreciate that and want you to continue. I was a little concerned about the part where he said he's into Black or Puerto Rican women.
Because you're Dominican?
I'm not Dominican. How do you know someone's Puerto Rican? Like, I don't know.
I don't have a politically correct answer for that.
Yeah, I don't know that one. And then the therapist.
Aren't you Puerto Rican?
No.
Y'all ever heard that Medea, the Medea clip? Looking like just a Puerto Rican.
That's my grandmother used to tell me.
That's literally your mom. So that's literally your mom. If you ever hear me just laughing at racist things, though, it's not because I'm indulging in the racism. Again, only Black Kids is for everybody. But sometimes some of that shit sounds just like her mother.
So that part was like odd to me. So it's like, I would just recommend or suggest to not really look at that. Look at the people and find somebody you're compatible with and enjoy, sharing moments and that sort of thing if you're looking to be dating. I don't know if you need a whole bunch of people in order to find someone that you enjoy the companionship with. There was other questions there. So about finding another therapist sounds like what this therapist can take you. They've taken you there and it's time to move on.
Whoa.
Possibly.
Whoa.
Which I think that, think therapist relationships have cycles and maybe they're not getting what they need out of that, but you'll give all the context of that. And then the whole like multiple people, I don't know why it has to be multiple, and the whole local thing. If you're craving that much like companionship and wanting to be with someone, then maybe, someone not local would not be advantageous for you. But I don't know. I wouldn't be looking for a type. I mean, it's good if you have a type that you're like what you're attracted to, because that's very important. But I wouldn't narrow it down if you were, I would say if it's like a moral or ethical thing you don't want to be a part of. Like I wouldn't date anybody else because I got you. But I would,
I have no idea what you're saying right now.
I'm talking about the whole, it has to be Black or Puerto Rican.
You're telling him be open to date anybody.
I'm saying to open up other than just like, to me, I can understand the whole Black part. That's who you're attracted to. That's who you like. That's the culture.
You just don't understand the Puerto Rican part.
I don't understand just Puerto Rican. If you like Hispanic or you like a certain part, like I don't understand that part. Like, how do you even know that? Like, are you looking specifically, oh, are you Puerto Rican? No, I'm Dominican. Okay, no, I can't even entertain that.
So you are Dominican?
No, I'm saying
y'all heard it here.
Example.
Y'all heard it here first.
I just don't make it so narrow. If you're open to going outside, like to multiple things, like let it be genuinely open. That's what I'm saying.
I am going to guess, of course I do not know, that the Puerto Rican part might be more based on where you are. So for example, if he's in New York, he might be more prone to saying Hispanics are Puerto Rican. That's fair. Versus when you're in Miami, Hispanics are Cuban. Even though there's a whole world.
I was going to say.
Come on, I'm aware.
Now you sound like my mom.
I'm aware. But I have learned that. Like I remember a long time ago when I was in college, some friends who went to college in a different state visited Miami. I didn't get to see them. And they said, Robert, we saw so many expensive cars. I was like, what were the expensive cars? They're like Lamborghinis and Ferraris. I was like, that's typical. That's like an elementary parking lot. What are we talking about? And then they're like, and there were so many Mexicans. And I laughed because most likely they saw no Mexicans.
Correct.
Correct. There are Mexicans here. There's everything here. But
there's everything.
It's just when you come, some people think all
That's fair. That's fair. That's
Like,
fair.
people have actually told me, "Oh, you speak Mexican?" It's like, "Oh, that's not."
Oh. So maybe that's the context of.
But I don't know. That's my assumption.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to.
that's
I
making
don't want to speak.
assumptions. But I wish them well in their dating ventures. And then your take on it.
Well, I wasn't really clear on yours. You're kind of saying to just be open to dating who you like, and they like Black women and Puerto Rican women. So date whoever you want. I always think you should date who you like.
I do. That's what I'm saying. If they're like, that's who they're attracted to, but I'm just like white, just Puerto Rican. Like, but then what you're saying makes sense.
I always thought I was going to marry a Jamaican woman.
Oh, that is true. That's true. Well,
yeah, it might not be too late. Who knows?
It's not too late.
You never know.
You said you would never marry.
You never
again.
know. You never know.
You said you never marry again, and now you're saying you never know. See, I
be
told
saying
you,
words.
straight up politician.
I just be saying words.
Politician, like I said.
No, but I did think I would marry a
like
Jamaican. I did think I would marry a Jamaican woman. But when I was a kid, I mean, like when I was very young, because like my mother is Jamaican and my father married a Jamaican woman, and I have a Jamaican mother. Like it just, but like never in my life was I like must find Jamaican woman. Where are you from? Trinidad. Psh, no, it wasn't like that. But like as a young kid, I was like, oh yeah, you marry a Jamaican, and that's what happens. But okay. I do believe we're reading too much into that part. The part about should you find another therapist, I'm always mixed on that. When you have a good therapist, I promise you can tell them, hey, that's not really working for me, and they're gonna
pivot.
Yeah. So I think I've said this advice before. I wouldn't assume that your therapist cannot help you.
Well, it sounds like they can't. They suggested he dated a white woman and he's not into white women.
I mean, that's some weird shit.
That's weird. That's what I'm saying.
I've never in my life
it might be time to move on.
Oh man, you're dealing with that? Have you ever considered dating a white woman? That's never been shit that's come out of my mouth. If
the therapist was like, oh, you may want to like open up to dating more people, but he clearly stated that he has like a specific type. Yeah, it wouldn't be. So that part is the reason why I'm saying the whole white woman thing is strange.
Yeah. The therapist might have been saying it the way you're saying it. Like, why are you looking?
Right.
But then if you tell me this is what I like, I'm not going to try to convince you to date something else.
That's the part where I don't.
That's odd.
That's not quite
if you told me you only wanted to date white women, I'm not going to tell you, whoa.
No, you should date who you want to date.
If you looked over here, like I wouldn't do that. I would say date who you want to date, love who you love. That's really what's most important.
Yes, absolutely.
Can the therapist help you with your dating life? I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's your therapist's job to help you with your dating life. I think it's your therapist's job to help you recognize the patterns that are going on, the behaviors to cope and maybe reframe the thoughts you have that should work towards a better dating life. I'll give you an example. I have seen that there's a therapy that can work with people for smoking cessation. I don't know how to do that. Don't come to me to help you stop smoking cigarettes or smoking anything, to be honest. That's not my specialty. But the thing that they do, I know how to do, but I could never tell you, well, how many sessions, X amount of sessions to me, you're not going to smoke anymore. I have worked with a number of people who are out there dating. I understand the dating landscape, but I can't tell someone do this today, do this today, do this today. I'm definitely not a dating coach. I am what could be called a relationship coach. But the thing I would really implore upon people is not that I'm going to teach you how to have relationships. I'm going to teach you to repair the patterns of relationships, the behaviors you have, everything I just said. And when you do that, it will improve your ability to have a relationship. It's not come see me and you're going to get a husband. Come see me and you're going to get married. I can't promise that. I can promise, I don't really make promises.
You can't promise anything.
I can't really promise shit.
Don't be promising things because people are going to be people at the end of the day, so you can't really promise. You can help guide and help, recommend things, but you can't promise.
You know what I am good at, though?
What?
I've always been pretty good at showing a young Thundercat how to get their Riz better. I've always been able to do that.
Oh, Lord.
No, really. I would be a wonderful wingman.
Oh, okay. So you hitch.
No, I'm not Hitch. That would be a dating coach. I'm not Hitch.
Gotcha.
Also, barely seen Hitch. I don't know if I've ever really seen the movie Hitch.
I think you finally watched it. Yeah. It's nothing extravagant.
Whoa.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
You know what I want to watch?
What?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. That's on the dog?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to watch that.
I want to watch it just for that scene.
Yeah,
anyway, what's the advice for our classmate?
I don't know anything about dating.
Thanks. Classmate, I'm going to say, if you feel you want to try a different therapist, you totally should. I do believe that sometimes a certain therapist is going to take you to a certain point. It's not that this one therapist is going to be the end all be all. I know I'm not. Sometimes maybe I take you here and then you go to someone else. And maybe sometimes you utilize what you've learned and you take a little break from therapy. Therapy isn't a must be in it forever. You can stop, you can come back. Therapy is more of a, I have a client that sees me once a year. He came after a specific thing. He's really always had a stable life. He's in control of certain things and he just likes running things by me like annually. So it's
like a checkup.
Yeah, like a tune-up checkup. So
yeah.
I can see therapy can be any number of things. Sometimes you're going twice a week for how many months? Sometimes you're going, it depends. Dating, I don't know a lot, but I agree with your therapist about why date so many women at once. If you're looking for a steady, stable, monogamous relationship,
yeah,
why aren't you doing the thing that you want to do?
Correct.
I can make some guesses to where that comes from, but I'll spare everybody. I'm really no expert in all these things. Dating is rough, though.
I imagine so.
And of course, you can always hire me as a relationship coach because while I am a therapist, I'm not your therapist.
Nope.
Please speak to your mental health professional and remember that everything we talk about is
entertainment,
giggles and tee-hees. We've got another. I don't feel like we gave a good answer.
I don't think there's a good answer.
But I don't know if there is a good answer.
Yeah, I can't help you with there.
I wish I was allowed a personality.
Oh.
This is sad. I know my experiences aren't unique as an African girl and others can relate to it. As far as I can remember, there have been a lot of restrictions. As a girl, I was not allowed to be angry. If I ever got angry, it was, quote, irrational. And eventually it became, quote, she has anger issues. She has a temper. I was never allowed to express myself. And when I exploded, well, I got the nickname Dragon. If my room was ever messy, it was, quote, how can your room be messy as a girl? Girls should be neat, cheerful, smiling, quick to housework. Because they are girls. The one time I asked why my brothers couldn't do it, I was told because they are boys and have a sister at home. My parents were considered progressive because all my brothers learned to cook as kids. But what good was that to me when I was still the first one called to do any housework? And the quintessential argument was, how will you get a husband with your personality?
Damn.
I dare not even mention that I have no plans to ever get married. I went through a period when I was younger when I just stopped trying. I didn't try to go out like my brothers, talk to people. I just did my work and talked less. And then it became, she's shy. She's not confident. She's timid. Why is she so scared? I wanted to tell them it's because you made me that way. You squashed all my attempts to be bold and left me like this. I do wish parents would let kids express themselves sometimes. The overall situation seems to have improved from when I was a kid, but it could be better.
Wow.
I wish I was allowed a personality.
That was the end of it?
That's the end of it.
Wow. That's
I
deep.
want to tell you, classmate. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I want to tell you, classmate, you are allowed a personality. You are allowed a personality today. And it is very regretful that you were raised in the environment where, because you are a girl, these were the norms, the cultural norms put upon you. Mm-hmm. The world is very hard and life can be hard. And it seems that for whatever reason, we are so quick to stick to these things that do not actually serve us because it's just how we do it. And, it's tradition. And that just, I think more and more people are realizing that doesn't really work for me, and it's totally okay to say that. So for you, I genuinely wish healing, and I think what that healing looks like is exploring all the parts of you that you've suppressed throughout your childhood. Because if just the notion that they went from calling you dragon to you're shy and timid and scared. Well, dragons aren't, timid. So it seems like you haven't been seen. You weren't even allowed to see yourself. You just the rules were very oppressive. And I'm sorry you went through that. I hope you are learning to value, really exploring your identity and then learning to value that identity that you discover and create now. I hope you are in safer spaces where you can truly be you. It's very sad because it's still your family.
Yeah, so it's beyond. I don't know the relationship now with her and her family, but I think since she's able to see like where this has come, because that to me is a big achievement. Because some people don't understand where that came from or understand how they got where they are, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the way they're able to piece together and acknowledge how they feel and where that came from and how they've transformed from dragon to shy person, but know that she still has that spunk and gumption from the dragon.
Yeah,
I think that's really like mature. Like that's really understanding who they are. So I think give yourself a little kudos for that first. I think because a lot of times we're trying to figure out life, and I think it's an ever going. You never like just know certain things. Like I think you're kind of like where you are in your life, you change and you don't kind of thing, right?
You're speaking to the awareness that she has.
Correct. Yeah. She does. So she recognizes that this is what this is. This is where she was, and she was shielded. Like she's kind of like protected herself. So she just like, okay, this is not working. This is causing me too much like, attention or negative stuff. Let me just go and do whatever it is to just play nice kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But I would say it's very hard when as a child you learn to shut that off.
Yes.
And now as an adult, you're supposed to just wake it back up.
No,
it's very hard.
Because who she is now is not who she was as a child. We don't know what she would have morphed into had that not been shielded then. Mm-hmm. She could have naturally morphed into a shy person because that happens. You have some like rambunctious children that later on in life, they don't want any parts of that. Right?
Is that because they were?
It depends on environment. It depends on what they are. It could be that this person who is this rambunctious causes a lot of attention. And guess what? I don't really want that attention. Right? Mm-hmm. Just from the world. You may not want that. Like if you're an outspoken, go-getting kind of person, sometimes the world responds away to that and you find out that's not the response you want.
Well, I think that's her situation. Her family responded a certain way.
Right.
But what they ignored was their role in creating the anger because she's not allowed to express emotion. So that, you suppressing it, you build that up, you're going to erupt in anger.
She could, even if her household didn't do that, she could have been exposed to that. It's just part of world, like the societal norms is what I'm saying. So she could have evolved to this. She'll never know what she could have evolved to.
That's sad.
So that means who she is today, though, I would say, she could have ended in the same spot. Mm-hmm. Right? So don't it's sad that you went through that, but don't let that be your the end of your story kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? Like you still it's still a process. So that was bad. You never want to be put in that position again where you're not allowed to be free in who you are. You acknowledge that. You're aware of that. So now you're in this place. I feel like you don't want to hold on to that. Find your voice, find your personality, who you want to do, but that has to be a learned of knowing who you are kind of thing.
Or an unlearning of ignoring who you are.
Correct. Like to let it go. And then that whole women do this, men do that thing, that's kind of, that's a hard thing to break. Right? So it's I'm not saying, she said something about parents, and I think that was a good to maybe future parents or people who want to do that. But at the same time, I wouldn't hold that against the parents if she hasn't had that discussion with them, kind of thing.
I don't think there's any room for her to have a discussion.
Okay.
First thing she said was, as an African girl.
Yeah.
I don't think you're recognizing the real power of culture.
Yeah, I do. I do.
How oppressive the rules of culture and society can be.
But at the same time, that's their culture, and that's what they know. That's what I'm saying. So it's also you can't place blame or fault on that either.
I think she can definitely place blame and fault on it. It did not work for her. She feels hurt by it.
Right.
So she has blame and fault for it. Right. And I think rightfully so.
Okay. I'm just saying I wouldn't, and that's just, I'm allowed to feel that way because I'm not in that position. I don't know what that is like to feel that way. Right. So I'm outside looking in. I have no idea what that feels like. I would just try to move forward. That's all I can offer. And that's just, that's coming from a very privileged place that I did not experience that. So that's what I'm saying.
I hear you, and I agree with you, but it's very easy to say, oh man, like imagine someone's living in poverty and you're saying, oh man, that's really tough. You live in poverty. Have you tried not being poor? That's not what you mean.
That's not what I'm saying.
But you're saying, okay, you can move on though.
No, I'm saying try to work towards moving on.
How?
I don't know. It sounds like she knows, that's who she is, and she's.
A lot of people feel stuck, and a lot of people don't know how to get unstuck from the thing that years. If I just told you, hey, you see how you are right now? Yeah, stop being that way.
No, I'm not telling her to stop being that way. I'm telling her to find herself.
That's hard.
Oh, I didn't say it was easy. I don't think it ever is, though.
Was it hard for you to find yourself?
I don't think it was hard for me to find myself. I think it was work to acknowledge being myself comes at a cost. And it's not always,
There's a cost to keep it this real?
Yeah,
there is. Never sell out? What's the cost?
There is. It's not going to be accepted by everyone. It's not going to be everyone else's favorite. It's okay.
What's the cost?
That's the cost.
Tell me your burdens, Thanos. What happens?
That's the cost.
What's the?
I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And that's okay. Okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Am I your cup of tea?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. And my coffee, because I prefer coffee over tea.
Okay. I'm your coffee. Mm-hmm. Why you try to change me so much?
I don't try to change you. I don't try to change you at all. You do things that I don't like, but I don't try to change you.
What do I do that you don't like?
We're not going to get into this.
Oh. Not ready to keep it real right now.
There's some things that I keep to us. I'm not going to share with the world.
Yeah, I think there's some things you keep to you and you don't share with me.
Like what?
You have a lot of rules.
You call them rules. But to me, that's just makes logical sense.
To whom?
To me. As I said,
okay.
To me.
And all I'm saying is, when you have your magical rules that live in your head and you never say them out loud, and then you're offended that the rest of the world, mostly just me, has not abided by your magical rules.
Those are not rules to me. And if I tell you them, then you say, oh, you have too many rules. So that's why I can't tell you all
I've never told you have too many rules.
Yes, you did.
I have never
told you. Yes, you have.
I have never told you have too many rules.
Oh, yes, you have.
I have told you, you are you, and I love and support you as you are. But please, never try to make me be you.
Yes.
I'm a wonderful me.
You are.
I'd be a terrible you.
You would be.
That's all I've said.
Right. So that's why there's a lot of things that just, you know.
You have a very supportive base.
You are very supportive. Some things that you do, though, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Got some stories to read.
Wow. Okay. Let's get into the stories.
A table of 3 walks out on their tab, but one forgets their purse in the process. So we go revenge.
Ooh.
This was a wild one today, and I feel obligated to share. I work in a casual corporate Applebee's-esque restaurant. There was a table of 3 young women today, mom and 2 daughters, I believe, seated in the bar area today for lunch. Immediately, our bartender waiting on them commented about their bad attitudes, excess questions, and requests. You all know the kind of table I'm talking about. Fast forward 45 minutes or so, and they have left without paying their $80 check.
Damn.
She's pissed, and it's just kind of a kick in the pants to all of us because it happens far too often at our location. So 5 minutes later, as she is cleaning the table, retribution. She finds a small purse and returns it to the manager. Now, this is where things get interesting. The bartender and manager immediately begin tearing into the purse like wild dogs having found a fresh carcass. Vivid. That was vivid.
That was very.
I suppose the justification is to look for some sort of ID, which is fair enough, but they didn't find that. There's a bank envelope with $120, of which they took the $80 to pay the check and returned the rest, and then a bag of weed, which the bartender took as her tip.
Oh, wow.
This is where things get even more interesting. Of course, the young thieving Dine Dashers need to reclaim her purse, so she returns within the hour, asks to speak to the manager, who returns her purse minus the cash for their check and her precious drugs. He greets her by saying, "So you walked out on your check, right?" She proceeds to complain about service, etc. He informs her that we settled her check with the cash from her purse, and to her protest, he responds, "What did you think was going to happen?" She leaves. Here's where things become slightly more interesting. Within a couple of minutes, the time it took to go to the car and discover her drugs were gone, the 3 return in force and demand to speak to the manager again. They claim that something else was missing from her purse. He says, "I don't know what to tell you." They threaten to call the police. Yes, to report their missing illegal drugs. But soon thought better of it as the manager continued to stonewall them, and they left in a huff, but not in a puff. Perhaps this was not the most ethical way of handling the situation, but boy, was it satisfying.
Oh, wow.
Almost made it all worth it to see some semblance of at least justice served. And it's nice to know they won't be returning anytime soon.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
A couple of comments just kind of commiserating their experiences. I had one experience where I was completely fucked by a table and they left their card. I threw it in the trash.
Oh.
This person says, I found a rolled up $100 bill in a ladies' room in the 1990s. The only other people in the club were being jerks to the server. I gave her the honey for putting up with the jerks.
Oh.
Funny when they went back in looking for it. I wonder what they were doing with a rolled up $100 bill in a club in the 90s. Oh, here's one. I guess I just have the right face or attitude. 3rd generation restaurants. Maybe it's genetic now. I don't know. But I only ever had one attempt at Dine Dash. My colleague noticed, and my colleague was my self-appointed other mom, and I loved her so much. So these 2 frat boys thought they were slick enough to dash on a bill at a Waffle House adjacent to campus at a large university.
Dummy.
I truly didn't notice it was 3 a.m. on a Friday after bar rush, and I was 18 and working 3rd shift to pay my bills and relatively inexperienced. Big Carol, little Carol worked 1st shift. No one was commenting about weight, just relative size, but Big Carol was built on a pretty grand scale. Sometimes they write and they're just going off on the tangent. That's my job. Big Carol noticed my table leaving without paying, and she met my dudes outside with their bill. The first I knew about it was Carol coming back in with 2 fistfuls of coins. Here, baby, you need to count this and ring it in. I think it's the right change. And it was, within not enough nickels to worry about. And then Carol handed me a pretty nice tie-dye t-shirt. Well, I told those fellas to pay the bill and they had to scrounge up change. Then I mentioned your tip. And they didn't have any money, but I knew you'd like that boy's shirt. Carol was right. I still have that shirt decades later.
So Big Carol sounded like Big Carol. Give me your shirt.
Big Carol, not the little one. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's funny. I like that one.
You love the petty. I have no comments. I have no comments.
I love that one. I don't know. I would have been too scared to do anything like that.
I've never dined dash.
Oh, I would never.
I have never done that. Well,
I've not tipped.
Well,
I have not tipped.
There's one time a lady would have said that we dined and dashed. We didn't.
We? You mean you and I?
Us.
You and I.
Us.
What?
The only black kids in the class.
What were we doing?
We went to a restaurant and we ordered we never order appetizers. We very, very, very rarely order appetizers. For me, if I eat an appetizer, I'm too full. I can't eat the meal. And I'm not really a picker, you know? So, like, I'm probably going to eat the appetizer. So rarely do we order an appetizer. But this time, we did. One of the few times. But we were very specific. Oh, are we going to, we want to get the appetizer before the meal. Please don't bring it all out at the same time. So what did they do? Brought it out at the same time.
Is this Bennigan's?
I wasn't going to say the name.
They're not even in business anymore.
Here, I don't know where else they're in business.
Oh, they're not there anymore.
This is back before the bougie palate really, kicked in for her. She would still go to places regular folks.
It was still a bougie palate. I mean, it was a very specific thing that I liked there.
You're derailing my story for no reason.
Yeah. I had to know what the hell they were talking about.
We said, hey, this is specifically what we said we didn't want. And that lady got so mad when we said we're going to leave.
Yeah.
Like, the service was slow as hell.
It was terrible.
She really wasn't. I think she brought you the wrong drink.
Everything was wrong.
How do you mess up? Yeah. Like let's say you want Diet Coke and she brings you
orange soda.
Just bad. What's going on here? Yeah. And I understand people go through a lot. I understand people are, busy and tired, but we are also busy and tired and going through a lot.
And I'm paying my good money to come sit here at the restaurant.
Yeah. And just the attitude in general.
Yeah. So I remember that.
We didn't eat.
We didn't actually
eat, but that lady was upset. Yeah. Oh, and then was the other time a few years ago, not too long ago, where we went to that restaurant and the service wasn't amazing. It was a place you'd been to a few times. I don't even remember the name. I just know where it is. And we paid the bill. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad experience, but it just wasn't great either. We paid the bill. We walked out. We're just standing outside the restaurant.
Oh.
And this dude runs out because we didn't pay.
I got a free appetizer from that because I wrote an email.
Yeah.
If I really wanted, that's why I tell you, like, sometimes you just kind of let things go. Like, I let good things go by just writing an email. I could have really made that to be a bigger thing. I just wrote the email.
I mean, I wonder why he thought we didn't pay.
Correct. We didn't pay. He was.
Was he even our server?
That's the whole thing. He came to our table, like, the very beginning kind of thing, like, shoved some napkins. He told us about water. He didn't bring the water. Someone else brought water. Someone else came and took our order. Someone else came and brought us our food. And then someone else brought the check. And we had to get up and go to the bar to get someone to pay so we can get the hell out of there. And then he came outside when we were walking across the street to tell us we didn't pay. And I was like, oh, no. And he was loud about it, too. I remember. I wrote an email to that place.
Good job, Blaren.
Don't call me that. It was terrible. Yeah, I do remember that. But no, I could never just leave.
I never have.
I would never do that because I would if the service and the food was that bad, then the check is getting off the check.
It's just not in my character.
Oh, it's in mine. I got time. You got another one?
My older cousin used me as a free maid for months, so I asked her mom for a pot.
What?
My dad recently reminded me of this story, so I thought I'd share it here. It truly is not a big deal, but I smile whenever I think about it. When I was a younger teenager, maybe 13, I had an older cousin with a small child. She lived in a basement apartment under her parents with her boyfriend and the kid. She called me to babysit for her one weekend, and I, being a young teen, was stoked for the money and just to get out of the house, if I'm being honest. I was homeschooled and wasn't allowed to watch TV or do much at home. I went over, and her boyfriend left. Kiddo and I played for a bit before he said he was hungry. When I went into the kitchen to feed him, every dish in the place was dirty, pizza boxes stacked a mile high, just truly gross all around. I cleaned the kitchen as I didn't want to cook in such a mess. After that, this became a weekly thing. Every Saturday, my cousin would get me to babysit. There wouldn't be a single clean dish in the house, and I'd clean before I started cooking. This went on for months until I finally said something to my dad. Basically, the conversation went like this. Me, do I need to go to Ella's this weekend? I don't feel good, and I don't want to clean her house. Dad said, why would you clean her house? Me, and explains the state of the place every week. Dad, yeah, you're not doing that anymore. You go over there tonight like every other night, but when it's time to make dinner, go around to your aunt's house, the cousin's mom, and ask her for some pots and some plates. Tell her you can't cook kiddo dinner because there aren't any clean dishes in the house. So that's exactly what I did. Never got asked to babysit again. Edit to add, I'm so sorry to everyone who came here hoping for a marijuana story. Comment says, good for your dad for giving you excellent advice. An original poster replied, Everything I know about being petty, I learned from him.
Woo!
He's actually the best.
The best. I love it.
You do love a good petty story.
Sometimes, petty is yeah, I do like that sometimes.
Not very demure. Not very
at all.
mindful.
Not at all. Sometimes petty though, so you got to get it out.
Would I be the asshole for refusing to raise my husband's affair children now that he and the woman he cheated with passed away?
Oh.
Golly.
Oh. That was a loaded intro.
My 45-year-old female husband, 49-year-old male of 23 years, had an affair with a 20-year-old girl since 2020. I found out this year when his affair partner gave birth to twin boys in March. Obviously, we were going to divorce. We've been hashing things out since. It's been a lengthy process due to some properties in common, and we needed to get an accountant since he used a shared account for his affair. Finally, things seemed to be getting close to the end when both my husband and the woman he cheated with were killed in a car crash.
Oh, wow.
By some miracle, the twin babies were not harmed in the crash.
Wow.
Now they are orphaned, and neither set of grandparents can take them in permanently. My husband's parents are both in assisted living. He has no siblings, and the only aunt that could take them refuses.
Wow.
She's been child-free her whole life. On the woman's side, I'm not sure the details in full, but her parents are also not able to be involved long-term, and the one sister she has lives overseas. Since we were still married, and he had not updated his will, all his assets are set to pass to me and our 2 children. I'm not callous enough to leave those babies with nothing. So I agreed to let whoever is their legal guardian to have the remaining balance in the shared account, about $25,000 in savings. The issue is no one wants to take them in. Now my in-laws are pressuring me to take them in and raise them. The issue is I don't want to at all. I wouldn't love them, and I don't want to be the evil stepmother. But I know a big part of me will always have a level of resentment towards them. I will probably favor my own children.
Yep.
It's not their fault, but I truly loved my husband, and I thought we were happy before I found out about the affair. We have 2 daughters, 14 and 16. Obviously, we had disagreements, but never insulted each other before. Then I found out about the affair, and he began calling me names and blaming me for his cheating. He became abusive and even tried to kick me out of the house, my childhood home that is not shared property, for the record. I'm also raising teenagers alone now. I don't have the energy to raise babies anymore. My daughters hate their baby brothers.
Damn.
I tried to get them to spend time with their dad as we were divorcing, but they refused. Since this was all found out because of the babies, there wasn't really a way to sugarcoat the situation. And they are also too old to really get away with it. Most of my friends agree it's not my place to care for those children, but my in-laws, the affair woman's parents, and my mother want me to raise them. I know my mom is just having grandkid fever, but it hurts to not have her support. I have to make a decision by next week or the boys will be going into foster care. At the moment, they are temporarily placed with their maternal grandparents. I feel horrible, but I am very sure I can't take them in. Would I be the asshole if I refuse to take them in?
That's deep. That's tough.
That's not tough to me whatsoever.
No, she's not an asshole.
That's not tough to me whatsoever.
I just feel bad for the twin kids.
I can feel bad for the twins
I just feel bad for the twin
but
kids.
that is not her
responsibility.
No,
I don't think she even should feel bad if she don't want them. I just feel bad about the kids.
She is very clear that she's going to resent those children.
Yes.
She does not want to be
yes.
there. I am not callous enough to not give them anything.
Right.
Here's some money that they can
Correct.
have.
I think she's a good person.
In my heart, I'm not going to.
No.
No, I would rather those kids have the chance at being raised in a good family.
Yeah.
Even though we know how tough that can be, then she knows she's not going to love them. She knows she's not going to be that supportive person.
No, there's no, like, I have zero hesitations to say no, not the asshole. And there should be zero, like, harbored regret or any kind of feeling of that for her. Like, I don't feel that at all. I just genuinely
think because
feel
she's
bad for the
a
kids.
good person.
Yes.
She's questioning, like,
she's
damn,
torn.
but she knows what she doesn't want.
Correct. She's torn. She's in turmoil.
She's already
lost the love of her life because she said she
from the affair.
Yeah.
Now he's dead. So where do those feelings even go?
Not processed
She's
any
already
of
a single mother of her teenagers who were already torn by the broken family coming.
Broken family. Now there's the whole, like,
and
deceased. Yeah.
By the way,
There's 2 little kids.
babies.
Damn. That's just a fucked up situation. That's just terrible.
That to me, she's not being petty. She's not being.
No.
That's just.
That's real. I felt that.
It's a terrible situation for those children.
A terrible situation for the children. I really feel bad for the children, but it's not on her. That's life. That's just life.
Yeah. Anyone telling her that she needs to take those kids.
Nah.
Like,
nah.
His parents have the kids now, but they can't keep them.
No, then you need to figure that out.
Well,
you figure that out.
They're related to you. They don't got shit to do with me.
They not at all. At all.
And she does not want them.
Correct. That's enough.
So no.
Yeah. No, I just feel bad for the kids.
No.
Yeah, but nothing on her.
No.
Nothing on her at all.
No. I said no. You know, I try not to just find all these cheating stories. There are so many cheating stories.
That one left a real bad taste in my mouth. That's terrible. People don't think about consequences.
They never do.
Damn.
Here's a non-cheating story.
Okay.
I found a friend looking for gay sex on Grindr.
Oh.
He's publicly straight and engaged to a female, a mutual friend. What do I do?
I'm confused. You gotta read that again.
I found a friend looking for gay sex on Grindr.
Okay.
He's publicly straight and engaged to a mutual female friend. What do I do?
Oh, yeah, that's what. Okay, I understood that. I got it.
The title says most of it.
Yeah.
I'm openly gay and single. No shame in me being on Grindr, though my public pics only show me from the neck down and I share my face in DMs. I get flirty messages from similar faceless profiles. He's seriously DTF right now. We agree to exchange faces. He sends his first. It's Leo, a friend I've known since elementary school.
Damn.
He's engaged to Lisa, a close friend of mine. They're getting married this October, and I already RSVP'd to their wedding.
Damn.
I did not send my face back, and Leo was sending me frustrated and horny DMs about how our kinks are so aligned, and I have a sexy body. I'm panicking. This is happening right now. What do I do? Someone said he should make sure it's him. People use strangers' photos to do their things and capture their conversations, then confront him. Make a face call and record it. If it's him, with the proofs, you will be able to talk to your friend, but without anything, she will not believe you. Original poster said, it's 100% him. The profile, hobbies, etc. match exactly with Leo.
Damn.
I know, and he sent me a naked picture of himself, not something found on social media. I screen capped everything.
Leo.
There's an edit. Without revealing my identity, I told Leo I know him in real life and asked if his fiance knows about his gay sex life.
Woo!
He blocked me without reply. I will tell Lisa and show her screenshots and ask her to keep my involvement quiet.
Yes.
Hoping no consequences come my way. Thanks for the help.
Yes. That's your good friend. You should tell.
Some relevant comments. When told to tell the fiance, original poster said, I'm trying to come to grips with the emotions here, but Lisa does need to know. If Leo is really a lying cheater, but holy fuck. Trying to think of how to go about it. I'd prefer not to expose myself if possible. Original poster says, I think it seems best to tell her in person and show evidence. I'll ask her not to tell Leo or anyone else that I was the gay guy who found Leo on Grindr, but he doesn't know that many gay guys, so I'm really worried he'll deduce it to me. Even if Lisa keeps my involvement secret, I was supposed to have a pleasant week off. What the F happened? And I'm more worried about being assaulted or some kind of vengeful retaliation than I am about being hated, honestly. I think I'll tell Lisa in person and beg her to keep my involvement secret. You don't know what people do?
Oh, so Leo is crazy.
I can't speak to that.
Oh,
I'm just saying this person has that worry. They know Leo.
That means they know.
I don't know what they know
Leo.
and why they do that. Are you familiar with that football player?
What football player?
Aaron Hernandez.
No.
Oh, there's a documentary on Netflix we should watch.
Oh, okay.
He killed people.
He killed people?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
I believe. You know what? Let me not speak. I don't know the whole
He
story.
killed people.
I believe he killed people.
Oh shit! I know
because he felt he was going to be outed. So you don't know what people do to.
Yeah.
Shame is a powerful thing.
Damn.
So then there's an update. Sorry if this is the wrong way to post an update. Things have been hard here. Lisa met me for, quote, coffee. I showed her evidence of Leo on Grindr. She believed me all right. She cried. I tried to comfort her. She recoiled from me and started ramming into me. Apparently, I ruined her life. I led Leo astray. I am personally to blame for her fiance cheating on her. I was trying to be understanding of her emotions and to comfort her anyway until the homophobic slurs started coming. She was always an LGBTQ ally, so it was a huge shock. I left quickly after that, feeling like shit. Lisa clearly told Leo it was me who outed him. He kept trying to call me. I refused all his calls. Then his car parked across the street from my apartment for some time, though he never got out of it. I'm in the dark, but it seems to me like Lisa and Leo are still together, and they closed rank by designing me as the villain here somehow.
Oh, that was a turn.
That's what so many people say. That's why you don't tell people. Because what they'll do is they'll blame you. Many, many people tell me that. That's why you just mind your business, because when you tell, they will blame you.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you, shame, the inability to be vulnerable and honest with yourself. How did I turn your man gay?
Yeah, what they got to do with me?
I've never done anything with him. He was on the gay sex website app.
Yeah.
Looking for it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't me, it's already been other people.
Humans are complicated.
Overly so.
Ooh, Lisa a bad human, and Leo too. Maybe they deserve each other.
She was an ally.
And then she gonna start going around saying some bad shit.
Hey.
Oh, screw you too, Lisa. You got everything you needed. Hope Leo bring you back all kinds of shit. Go ahead and enjoy that. Whoa. It was all up to him. He the reason why.
Do you actually hope that happens?
Yeah, whatever. They gonna still say they be together. He out stalking and stuff. You need to get a restraining order. You don't play around with that shit. Leo sound crazy.
Wait, why do you hope that happens? That's a weird thing to say to me.
Oh, I'm speaking out of anger.
So was Lisa.
No. I don't know about that. Well, Lisa stay with Leo then.
She will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we know that relationship is going to be toxic AF.
That means it's time for
Toxic Confessions.
Woo-hoo!
Renisha was fine back in the day. We had 2 sons. I was on Instagram a lot, and one of those IG hotties pulled me away. Renisha never forgave me, so I left her and my sons alone. I watched them grow on social media. I got kids by someone else. Renisha moved on to her second baby daddy. They got married, and he inherited farmland.
Damn.
They put my sons in overalls, they're 4 and 6, and have them planting shit, and I feel like he's trying to make them slaves. I comment on their pics, and Renisha calls me a deadbeat and says they're just kids and he's teaching them how to be men. How? I'm the only man who can teach my sons to be men.
Okay.
And their fake-ass marriage and fake farmer family can't change that. How do I get my sons and Renisha to recognize me as the only real man in their lives? I don't want to battle with dude, though. He's big, black, Thanos, no cap. Advice?
You better just sit back there and watch your.
Go on and sit
man.
this one down, player.
Watch that man take care of your kids.
Why did you stop?
Why
did you stop being in your son's lives?
Correct.
You ruined your relationship because you ain't shit.
Go sit
but
your
why
ass
did you?
down.
Why did you evict yourself from your son's lives?
Yeah, go over there and get your ass whooped. Go ahead. Your sons might whoop your ass. That's they keep learning how to do all that. Take care of them. I love
Got
that.
them planting shit and growing shit. They're growing away from you.
That's right.
You trash human.
Bad human.
When I dipped in my marriage, it meant nothing, purely physical. But my wife has a boyfriend, and she's taking things too far. My wife is 34. I'm 65. And I knew she was on some bullshit when she didn't pick me up from my doctor's appointment.
Uh-oh.
I have shaky leg syndrome, so I'm in a wheelchair. My wife is cheating on me with a 19-year-old. She's trying to start over with him. He's unemployed, no benefits except free food from Waffle House. And he probably got a short lifespan because he works overnights at the Waffle House. I just got shaky legs. I still work, and I can get a... I know this shit is fake, but...
That has to be fake. All he got is free Waffle House.
I know this shit is fake, but I'm going to finish it for y'all. All right, this shit got to be fake.
Oh, gosh.
I just got shaky legs. I still work, and I can get an erection from time to time.
Time to time.
I don't see why she's throwing us away for him. I told her since I got the shakes that I would be home more often and that I want to work on our marriage, but she's not trying to hear me out. She's still playing those fat woman games, throwing that big ass around and being loose. I want my wife back where she belongs. Advice? The fuck did I just read? What did I just read?
I can't.
See, usually these ChatGPT stories are a little more.
He can't compete with the Waffle House.
Hey, free waffles.
Them butter pecans.
Think about it. He
at
works
2
overnight.
a.m.?
He works overnight. He gets off. It's morning. Lisa, come on.
Woo!
That's a benefit for real.
Woo! Woo! You can't compete with that.
Plus, I believe he's ignoring that he stepped out.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm 23, and I'm dating my friend's father. I asked him for rent money, and he flew me out from NOLA to Birmingham to, quote, earn it from him on the low.
Oh.
We've been linking up in nearby cities for a few months, and I want to be more to him, but he's not trying to leave his wife. I know he doesn't love her, but I feel like he puts me in a box, like he just wants to work my body for a few dollars. He always wears condoms like I'm dirty. I say, I love you. He says, a lot of women loved me.
Oh.
Love you first.
Oh.
What does that mean? How do I break out of this side chick routine? Yes, I'm willing to lose my friendship over him. I like him, and I need his financial security in my life.
Yeah.
Trying to get pregnant, but he won't touch me without a condom.
That's
Help?
right. Yeah. He already. Yeah. She don't understand what her job is. She don't know. She's trying to overstate her place.
She's trying to.
No. Yeah.
Trying to move up the ranks.
No.
But
You're
she
there
can't.
for this one specific thing. That's it.
And in our final story. Hello all from your fave lesbian bestie. So I ate my coworker out and now she's acting stupid. I'm out and proud about it. She's chasing a man who doesn't want her.
Damn.
He stood up. Oh, damn. He stood her up on her birthday, so I took her out and brought her home and ate her out. My roommate, a male, clapped her cheeks though, raw. Now we're at work and she said, what the fuck are we reading today?
What?
What are we reading today? What is going on? What is this? I'm going to just start over, guys. Hello, all, from your fave lesbian bestie. So I ate my coworker out, and now she's acting stupid. I'm out and proud about it. She's chasing a man who doesn't want her. He stood her up on her birthday, so I took her out and brought her home and ate her out. My roommate, a male, clapped her cheeks, though, raw. Now we're at work, and she's saying little slick things to my manager, hinting that I don't work hard and my attendance is spotty. I think she's trying to low-key get me fired, while at the same time, she's buying me lunch, inviting me to hang out again, and trying to link up with my roommate. Damn. He's scared she's pregnant, so he's avoiding her.
Damn.
What is she doing? She's sending mixed signals all over the place. Advice? I don't see the mixed signals.
Yeah.
I don't see the mixed signals.
Yeah.
It's very clear to me.
They're all bad humans.
Why do you think people do this shit?
That's crazy.
Why do you think people do this shit?
That's
Is it
crazy.
loneliness? Is it fear of loneliness?
I think it's just, impulse, adrenaline. Just, I don't get it.
What are the mixed signals?
There is none.
She's trying to get at your roommate. She's trying to get you fired. I think she don't really like you. And she's playing in your face when previously she sat on it. And now she's playing with you and you're cool with it. What do you think's going to happen?
But she do buy her lunch. You might as well enjoy the lunch.
Where could this go? What good can come
There's
from
nothing
this?
coming out of that.
All right.
I had enough of that.
What's the moral of today's story?
Petty's good.
Really? All these stories are petty.
That's not petty. That wasn't petty.
She buys me lunch. I ate her out and he clapped cheeks.
Yeah, she was just talking about a bad situation. That's just bad. That's just like all around. The whole ecosystem there is just not good.
Ecosystems and pH balances.
Correct. The pH
Of all
pH
involved.
balance is all
Of
fucked
all
up.
involved.
But
He thinks she's pregnant, so he's avoiding her.
yeah,
That wouldn't stop her from being pregnant, sir.
yeah, and then just make it go away.
This is like a trashy episode.
Yeah, you curated some. Those were very toxic.
See, because I didn't go pure theme. When I go pure theme, it's just boom, 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 boom. This is just.
I thought you had a theme of petty.
I was really just trying to show people what isn't very demure, what wasn't very mindful.
I don't know.
This is the opposite of that.
Yeah, that was the opposite.
I'm gonna just say, shout out to Jules. I hope you can find a way to make it through this whole thing because the world is speaking your words right now. It has touched so many different lives. So it's sad that happened. And other than that,
I don't have anything.
I do. Like, follow, subscribe. We appreciate it. If you made it this far, it was a weird episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Super weird.
Thank you for the Ask the Black Kids. Guys, we don't always have the answers, but sometimes we can just dialogue about it. I hope you can take something from it. Make sure you leave that 5-star review. Give us those thumbs up, all that shit. Give us your feedback. Let us know. Leave the comments on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube, and Only Black Kids on TikTok, IG, YouTube, of course. See you next time.
Bye-bye.